And there you have it, folks. A wonderful smoked paprika linguine with seafood. And serve that with your favorite bread and a nice vintage 2020 malt liquor. Do not be seduced by the craft beer scene, and for God's sakes, never use this Beer Advocate 90 Joel Goat. Even though they may say this is good stuff, it's not. Don't use it. Stay with the good stuff. Bon appetit. All right, so we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of salted butter, not margarine, butter. I'm gonna go ahead and get this melted. Do not want this to burn. So a high heat is okay at the beginning, but you're going to go ahead and put that at a medium as the butter starts to melt. You do not want to burn or brown the butter. Very important. Put that around there. Now this is a salted butter. If you have problems with salt, you can use just a cream butter or a sweet butter. Okay, so that's melted down pretty good. We're going to add some olive oil. Mixed in there. Next thing we're going to add is our onion and minced garlic. I'm going to go ahead and put that on a medium heat. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook these until they're a little bit translucent. Alright, so they're about where we want them to be. Now we're going to add what amounts to be 1 pound of scallops. They're pretty good sized scallops. If you only can find the small ones where you're at, that's fine. Use the small ones, but do know they do shrink down a bit. There's scallops in there. Yeah. Yeah, these are about a medium scallop. These aren't huge. These aren't like your large diver ones. These are fondue bay scallops. Pretty decent. We're going to let those go for a little bit. We're going to add a little bit more of our olive oil. We're moving along pretty good. Now we're going to add our shrimp. These are jumbo shrimp, 16, 25 count, and put those in there. Now, at this point, we're going to add our seasoning, which is smoked paprika, crushed red pepper, white pepper. And add that to your dish. And we're going to add some salt to taste. depending on your ability to with the salt, seasonings, add however you want. Mix that in nice. I know some people have issues with hypertension, so you can use a salt substitute in this recipe, or just use more herbs to boost up, that flavor. You can see the scallops are coming along really well. They're firming up a little bit. They're a lot more white instead of translucent. That helps you know that they're getting done. Shrimps cook up relatively fast, so you got to be watching here unless you want bay shrimps. You don't want to overcook them. They shrink up. Sort of like the PearGlenn's views and channel subscribers. To this, we're going to go ahead and add a can of minced clams. Put them all in there. And you're going to use the juice as well that comes with it. So you get that clam juice and you get the clams. You're going to bring up the heat a little bit, because when we added the clam, it had some juice in there, and of course it lowered our temperature. So go ahead and fire that up a lot more. And at this point, we're going to finish with the oil, olive oil that we had. A little bit of a mix. Now, we're going to wait till that gets a steady boil. Or just starts to boil, actually, sorry. At this point, we're going to add the most important ingredient, a Hurricane Category 5, be bold, be smooth, be powerful, 8.1 malt liquor. Crack that open. Never use craft beer. No matter how much Joe D or anybody from the Share Beer show tells you, never use that stuff. It's garbage. Hurricane malt liquor. Right there. Oh, look at that. Amazing. And last but not least, let's go ahead and get our lobster in there. There we go. And go ahead and cover that up. I'm going to let that cook up a little bit. The lobster was already steamed up earlier today. Now we're just going to finish it up, heat it up for our seafood mix. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look at that malt liquor simmering in goodness. Not in some bullshit milk stout or an IPA in India, IPA or some fucking rogue bullshit. It's a Hurricane. That's the way it wants. That's the way it should be.